The last step of the PAT, phase 1, you need to spend quite a bit of time on. You will now engage with and use the data and information that you've gathered. We've already saved a copy, so you don't need to worry about that. But now we need to process and summarize the information to extract appropriate information for your information requirement. Now, there's two ways of doing it. Either you can look at the information that's found online and summarize it in the summary column, or you can do it in a separate document and hyperlink to that. I far prefer this method. So basically what you would do is you would have a look at the actual questions you've asked over here and find information from the specific number of source that you've specified that you will use. And it can be more than one. I mean, this can be, if you asked what is deforestation, you can say you have information from source 2 as well as source 3. Then you provide a summary of the information here. Now, I know the example shows bullets, and you're more than welcome to use bullets. I just find that phase 3 goes easier if you actually provide the summary in a paragraph format already. This really can't be just 1 or 2 word answers, not even 1 or 2 sentences. You need to really provide a comprehensive paragraph that answers the question in full. Please be careful to not assume that the person has read the question either. You need to write this summary or this answer specifically in light of phase 3, where it will be information under your discussion and analysis. So if your question is what is deforestation, the summary shouldn't start with it is the practice of blah 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 blah, because you won't be able to use that paragraph as is. Instead, you should phrase it as deforestation can be defined as blah 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 blah. So indirectly, you're including the question in the summary. That's very important. That will really make your life much easier at the end. So basically what you're going to do now is you're going to look at the questions that you've asked, read the source that you've said you will use, number 1, number 2, number 3, whichever one you said you will use. Read the question, read the article, and then phrase it in your own words, please. Extremely important. You may not copy and paste the information without engaging with it and changing it to be your own. Inevitably, you'll probably find questions that you don't have the answer to in these sources that you've chosen in the end. Personally, I would recommend that you change the question to something that is in your sources, rather than adding an extra source and then doing all this bibliographical information and quality of information again. Did you know that plagiarism is not just when you copy the words as it is? If you just rephrase it in your own words and you replace it with a few synonyms, it is still considered as plagiarism. You really need to read the whole paragraph, close the source, and then write a short paragraph in your own words. As a teacher, I can tell you that the easiest way to spot plagiarism in the summaries is when the original article contains hyperlinks. That's one of the absolute giveaways. So when you use information from online, always paste it as plain text. The other things we look for is vocabulary that's far above the level of a grade 12 student. So you have to rewrite those complicated sentences into a more simple format that is understandable for any grade 12 student. Otherwise, we will clearly see that the information was directly taken from the source online. Once you've completed all your summaries, please be sure to save your report on your computer at school, as well as make a backup copy of it on your own backup storage, such as a flash drive. Just get permission from your teacher before you do this. If these videos helped you and you have the capability of making a donation, I would really appreciate that. I'm a teacher at a normal public school just like all the other teachers. I don't get any extra income from this, and it really takes quite a bit of time and specialized equipment to make these videos. Your contributions would help me to spend more time on making videos like these.